Okay, guys, as you know, today we got a really special guest here with us. All right, at this time, it's my privilege to introduce to you one of the all-time great men in college football history. He was born in Birmingham, Alabama, November 8, 1929. He was an outstanding football player at Woodlawn High School in Birmingham and went on to play quarterback at the University of Alabama. His coaching career is legendary. He earned his first head coaching opportunity at Howard in 1959. He spent 5 seasons as the head football coach at West Virginia University from 1970 to 1975. In 1976, he was named head football coach at Florida State University. Over the next 18 seasons, he redefined success at the Division I collegiate level. He won 12 ACC championships and 2 national championships at Florida State. In 2006, he was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. Despite these accolades, his greatness is best defined in his role as a mentor, a teacher, a husband, a father, and a grandfather. He has made a difference in the lives of so many. Help me welcome to the podium Coach Bobby Bowden.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I've been married 60 years, which is not bad out of 65. Other than that, I don't know about my credentials. It's good to see y'all. I'm speaking tomorrow to the Fellowship of Christian Athletes in the morning, and then also in the afternoon. I'll go back to Tallahassee and fly up to West Virginia University, where I'll chaperone their homecoming parade Friday, and then go to their ball game Saturday. I coached there 10 years. I was telling Coach, when I was at West Virginia, we played Richmond. I was head coach 6 years. I think we played them 4 years. And we split with them. I mean, they used to play the biggest, boy. You know what? Really, I mean, and they had all All-American and All-Pros, so I learned to have a lot of respect for the University of Richmond. I don't guess I've been here, now that was back in 1970 and 71, about that time. And so I hadn't been back here in a long time. I was head coach at West Virginia, then I took the head job at Florida State. Florida State was 3-8, 1-10, and 0-11. So they fired the coach. Well, they hired me from West Virginia. So I go down there, and I found out that nobody was going to the games. Our stadium at that time was about 41,000. Now it's about 85,000. But it's 41,000 back in those days, and they were averaging about 17,000 people a game. And that won't do it. You know, Major League, baby, you better fill that stadium, because your football's going to pay all the doggone bills, you know. And so I said, man, I've got to get people to come to our games. Well, back in those days, the head coach gave me 10 complimentary tickets every game. They were for the family, you know. And I remember we played our first game, I gave my wife 2, because I couldn't go with her. She and a friend. I had 2 children who are still living at home, I gave them 2 apiece. I had a neighbor, I gave them 2. Couldn't get rid of those other 2. Nobody wanted them. I tried to give 2 to the janitor. He said, I ain't coming. So anyway, the day before our first ball game, I go down to the Tallahassee Mall. Now that's where everybody comes the day before a game, does their little shopping. I said, I'm going to get rid of them 2 tickets. You know. So I had to get a haircut. So I pull up right in front of the door to the mall. You know, and I got out and I got my 2 tickets, I put them on the windshield outside the car. Now, somebody will get them tickets. I'll have those two people there at the game, you know. And so anyway, I go in and get a haircut. I come out in about an hour, there's 6 tickets on my windshield. Now, that's what we were facing. But the big thing, you know, I hadn't got long to talk to y'all, so I'll try to work it in, is I've spoken about the magic of believing. You can't do anything if you don't believe it. You know what? If you don't think you're very good, you ain't. You know what? You've got to think you're the best. That's the way I always tried to approach it, you know what? And I wanted my boys to think they were the best. Now, they had to go out there and show it, you know what? But if they don't think it and they don't believe in it, who does? You know, it's so important. Because when I went to Florida State that first year, they didn't believe they could win. They lost so doggone many games, they didn't believe they could win. And when I started to build the program, I had 2 choices when you build a new program. Number one, go with the older guys because they're veterans. Yeah, but they hadn't been winning. Yeah, but they're veterans. They should be able to do it their last year. You know what? Or push them aside, go with a freshman. Go with a freshman. Well, you're going to get beat if you go with your freshmen. They're not ready. You know what? But they don't know they're supposed to lose. You know what? So anyway, we start the season. I mean, we lost our first game. We lost our second game. We lost our third game. The fourth game was against Oklahoma, 1976. They were #1 in the nation. They were on about an 18-game winning streak. They won the national championship the year before. They're going to kill us, you know. But anyway, we after losing those first 3 games, we said, Dadgum, we're going to go with our young guys. We're going to go with our freshmen. You know what? I remember we put 7 freshmen in our starting lineup, and we're going to play Oklahoma out there. You know, we're going to get killed. But maybe 4 years later, these kids will be pretty good. Because these older guys, they just don't, they think we're going to lose. And we did, you know what? Well, anyway, we go out there and we kick off to Oklahoma. They get the ball, I think, on about the 20. On the first play of the ball game, their fullback comes ripping right up the middle. Boy, I'm talking about that thing just opened up, you know. And he's sprinting right down the middle of that field. He breaks that thing about 50 yards, you know. We finally hem him up down around our 25. And boy, I'm thinking, oh my God, this is going to be awful. They won't even run around in where it takes longer. So anyway, they got 1st and 10 up there on about the 25. So the first play they fumble, but they recover. Second down and 10. They run a play and the back goes the wrong way and they lose 3 yards. That's 3rd down. You know, they're killing themselves. You know, because they're so overconfident. Then the 4th down, they might have made 4 or 5 yards. But anyway, they come down with about 4th and 4. And I'm saying, oh Lord, please kick. Please kick field goal. Don't go for it. We can't stop y'all. You know. And so sure enough, Barry Switzer runs his kicker out there, and they kick a field goal, and they got us 3-0 first possession, and I'm pretty happy. You know, they only got 3. Then they kick off to us, and I'm wondering how these dadgum young guys are going to do. I think 7 of them are on our offense, so the 3 were on the defense. I'm wondering how they're going to do. We took that dadgum ball and we knocked that thing right down the middle of their throat. 5 yards, 6 yards, 4 yards, 10 yards, 8 yards, 12 plays we scored. You know what? Shocked them. And I missed the extra point. And then the game rocked. It rocked on pretty even for about a quarter and a half. We're back down on the 7-yard line, 1st and 7 on the 7. We fumble, you know, don't score. But anyway, at the half, we probably went out about 1 touchdown down, and that was a miracle. Then I think the game ended up probably 30-something to 14 or 15 or something like this. But the thing is, it was encouraging. It was encouraging, you know, because our kids played pretty good, you know. But those freshmen didn't know you're supposed to lose. Nobody told them that, you know. And 4 years later, we went undefeated. Played in our first major bowl and got nationally ranked, and for the first time in years, you know. And but the whole thing goes back to believing. And I was trying to think of something I could say to y'all quickly, you know, and it would be Belief in yourself. Belief in yourself. I was coaching track. Coach, am I going too long? It's about time, isn't it? Huh?
You go as long as you want to, Coach.
No, I can't go as long as I want. The kids want to practice. They're dying to get out there on that field.
These kids want to practice, Coach. You know they want to practice.
I don't tell them one story I'm going.
Yes, sir.
1954, I was coaching track at Howard College. I was out on the field that day working with our kids. My manager came running out. He said, Coach, some guy over in England broke the 4-minute mile. Well, that's impossible. Back in 1954, nobody had ever run the mile less than 4 minutes, you know. It was impossible. The body wasn't built to break the 4-minute mile, you know what? But this guy did. This guy did. He was a doctor. But see what he did? He took that plan, 4 laps around the field, and he would go run that first lap at a certain time. Then he'd run that second lap at a certain time. Then he'd put them together and go back to back. And he worked that thing out where he felt like he could break it. And sure enough, in 54, I think he ran a 3:57.4 and broke it. Now remember, this 2,000 years, nobody broke it. And this guy breaks it. The next 30 days, 15 guys broke it. The next year, there were 100 and something that broke it. Now today, high school milers can break it. You know what? But it's all based on what? You got to believe it, haven't you? Men, good luck to y'all. I'm going to see what you do Saturday.
Guys, just as a small token of our appreciation, I have just a small gift here for Coach. Spider Football 2014 dog tag, win today, everyday soldier. We have on here 76, which was your first season at Florida State in 1976.
That's right.
We appreciate you. God bless you.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, sir.